Let's see if I can get it. We are live. The Derby Boys are here in the first ever podcast show, whatever you want to call it. My name's Andrew. I'm with my boy Vin,
What's
the
up,
man
guys?
who single-handedly got me back into soccer.
I did.
It
wasn't that hard. The love was there, brother.
Just had a little reignite it, baby.
That's it.
Little reignition action. So today we had the fun idea before, because we're on international break. We had the fun idea of going back and going through our best players of all time. Vin, you have a great lineup. It's all Italians.
It is.
A little spoiler.
It is. The whole team.
I took 3 Italians from you, too. So,
well, Maradona, we adopted him. So Napoli adopted him. So he's in the family. He really is.
Love that. Love that. Before we get going, as you see in our beautiful logo that Charles GBT created for us, I'm a Spurs fan. He's a Napoli fan. Die-hard supporters. Once the international break ends, if anything doesn't change next week, we'll be live with a nice little reaction to most Premier League games. And if we could somehow catch an Italian game, why not? A little sprinkle there of Italian. Are you ready to get into it?
Bro, let's do it.
All right. And I'm chuffed with how this came out. So everyone, bang.
Yo,
there it is.
Big ups to Andrew. Did a great job with this. Looking straight up professional. I love it.
We went from we're going to start a podcast to let's just do it.
We ran with it. This really happened. Also, big ups to making me look significantly more handsome than I actually am with that Chat GPT photo of me.
Bro, I said Chat GPT, make us cartoon, but also make us look handsome,
Yeah, it did it. It did its job. It really did. But you want to lead off?
I'll lead us off in goal. We both have them, but you'll give your reasoning. I'll also give mine. I did a fun thing. I took all their nicknames, and I'm going to intro them with their nicknames.
Love it.
I have Superman, Sant Gigi or San Gigi, Gianluigi Buffon, the one-time World Cup winner, almost Ballon d'Or winner, but Cannavaro won over him, 5-time world best goalkeeper, and 1 UEFA Cup winner, over 1,100 games played in soccer, and just staple, a part of our Italian culture, Buffon in goal.
Bro, like you said, you said it all. 2006 World Cup winner. Really, as you'll notice when we get into this, my entire squad, as you said, is Italian. But I'm a romantic, as most Italians are. And I fell in love with soccer in 2006. And these guys, you can't beat them. And for Buffon, you're talking about 409 wins, 60,000 minutes played with 300 clean sheets. You can't – exactly. Just think about that, 300 clean sheets. He was a wall. You just have to go back, watch the clips of 06. France, Germany, they couldn't get past this guy, especially in the semis with Germany. Just making these wild saves, bro. It was incredible. And, you're talking about a record of 162 draws, 103 losses on 409 wins.
It's insane.
Out of those 300 clean sheets. Wild. Just wild.
I've seen some of his highlights, and dude is on another level. Even when he was playing for Juve towards the back end of his career, he was showing up like the youngsters, who could move better than him. And I love watching him play. In my few years that I watch Juventus, I'm gonna get back into watching Italian football soon. But the level of play that he maintained throughout his career, absolute insanity.
Oh, for sure. And he was a big Parma guy for a while early in his career, and, he ended up going back to them at the end of it. So that was a nice little love story there. He started with them. He ended with them. But, he's known for, La Vecchia Signora, right? The old lady. That's what they call Juventus for a reason. And it's back in the day, early 2000s, late 90s, that was the breeding ground for all of Italian superstars. And we'll get into that later in this list. You'll see it was the big three. It was AC Milan, Inter Milan, and Juventus just pumping out all these superstars. So he definitely makes both of our lists, and for a good reason.
Yeah. I was looking at other goalkeeper options, and I didn't want to go off of him. I could have gone with the Black Spider, I think is Yashin, the Russian goalkeeper. I didn't want to go. I didn't want to vary from that. I'm like, I never saw him play. I'm not going to say he's the GOAT, but just different era. You
Yeah.
play in one of the top tier leagues in soccer, and then you have, the resume and the games played, the wins, the clean sheets. Now, before I'm going to ask you this question, Vin, I might sound like a soccer casual. We're building the knowledge. If a goalie gets a clean sheet and it's a draw, does it count as a clean sheet?
Yeah, he still gets the clean sheet even if it's a draw, because that's the clean sheets are like a personal record, right? So that's a good point. Like, he did have 300 clean sheets. Does that mean he had 300 wins? Not necessarily, but still impressive.
Can't produce on offense all the time.
Right, especially when we're talking about the Italian teams. You'll notice, in my opinion, defense just goes to the Italians. Maybe not currently, unfortunately, as we've seen with this Italian team being a menace on the field in a bad way. I mean, just like all over the place. Gattuso's trying his best, but it's a losing battle here. But defense, 80s, 90s, early 2000s, you couldn't beat the Italians. There was you weren't getting past these guys. No shot. And that was before they were calling fouls for breathing on someone. So that helped a lot. I mean, you watch the old, in the early 2000s, you got Cannavaro throwing some of this, a little of that. But there was just like a play on. Yeah, just a little, right? But now you can't even play defense the way these guys played back then. I mean, you'll get red carded, at least yellowed for sure. And you keep that up, they'll kick you out of the game. Yeah. So it's a different game, bro.
And you got to be careful. You don't want to get that. You don't want to get booked too early on in the game, get yourself forced out, especially nowadays where defense is crucial. But it just seems they're moving a little bit more away from defense as we get further along the line in the season. But all right, I'll go with I'll continue this little list here. I'm gonna go with Sergio Ramos, SR4 or El Capitano, 100 international caps, 2 Euros, 2010 World Cup, 5 La Ligas, and 4 UCLs. Real Madrid, hard defender, played his Cayones off for Real Madrid. Absolute workhorse, and he was a big part of the dynasty for Real Madrid.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
He was in the list, not a common name, so I kind of went for him because I was like, let me be a little bit different here and see how he matches up with the squad,
No, he was great. And even you talk about Spanish national team, I mean, broke my heart in the mid-2000s with them winning the World Cup. They won the Euro Cup. They did like back-to-back. I think they won Euro, World Cup, Euro, or something like that. Don't quote me, but they were unstoppable with this guy. And, hated when he was against us, loved if I was supporting his team. Not that I ever really did, but like, right, never did. But like, I'm sure if he was
part of that.
No, I wasn't. But if he was on your squad, bro, I mean, ruthless, typical hardcore, hard-nosed defender. It was beautiful to watch and, didn't complain much. He was a hard worker. Great player. I agree with you. That was a beautiful choice. So I have Nesta, who, I mean, there's this funny story that before the World Cup and him and Pirlo, they were so cool, calm, collected. They were just playing FIFA. So they're exactly. They were just playing FIFA before the World Cup. Like, no big deal. Like, I was more nervous for this podcast than they were for the World Cup.
Yeah, bro, we talk constantly, and I'm so nervous for this.
Yeah, for the
viewers, this is the first one, jitters.
Andrew and I, best friends. So this is really just him and I just like having a good time. All right.
Extra time to talk. We're like FaceTiming, right?
That's it. But Nesta, yeah, he's got World Cup champion, 2 Champions League, very high interception rates, which was beautiful. So you would have, especially if you were playing against like high pressing offense, he would just come in. You weren't getting past him, right? So he would intercept those balls before they could get to the attackers. And very low foul rate, which again is changing. I'm sure if he played today, that would be a little different, right? He might get some more fouls, but he was very low fouling and just the best passing. I mean, watching this guy play for Milan, AC Milan specifically, he would intercept, right? Boom, gets it, controls it beautifully, right? Not too, it doesn't get too far away from him. He controls it to himself. Boom, beautiful pass down, goal. Right. So not only was he defense, he was acting as like a quasi midfielder situation where he would just intercept the ball, boom, knock it down the field, AC Milan goal. You could not beat it in the Italian leagues, could not beat them. AC Milan when I was a kid. That you had everybody, everybody over there on Long Island, all the Italians, all AC Milan fans, right?
Seems like you got a bunch of dogs on AC Milan in this
Bro,
era of football.
And back then, when I was younger, remember, Napoli wasn't even in the top flight. They were in the lower divisions for a while until they started climbing their way up, which is why they went absolute bananas when they won the Scudetto a couple years ago and last year too. I mean, Naples was on fire, but back to Nesta, what a guy. I mean, that's all you can say about him. Just like solid defender, solid guy too.
I mean, being able to go from defender to possibly like a quasi midfielder is a major key to having success in soccer. And this is why he's highly regarded as one of the better defenders of all time, especially on Vin's list. I'm going to go with my next pick. Il Muro de Berlino, or Muro di Napoli, the Berlin Wall, or the wall, the Napoli Wall, they call him. 2006 World Cup, 2 La Liga, 1 UEFA Cup, 1 Ballon d'Or, one of the very few defenders to win the Ballon d'Or. Captain, known for great defense. I feel like I just had to put him on this list. I took 4 of your players, but I had to include him on the list. So yeah.
No, Cannavaro, Fabio, man, he did things. He did things on the pitch that you never really saw before. Even you watch those highlights, 2006 World Cup. They scored one of the goals, I think it was against Germany. Mind you, the game against Germany, no one scored till it was like the 110th minute. It was like ridiculous. The second goal, almost 100% Cannavaro, similar to what we were talking about with Nesta, gets control of the ball right in front of their goal. Boom, knocks it up. You got Del Piero running down. I think he was with probably Inzaghi, which he's gonna make an appearance later. But running down with Inzaghi, boom, they passed to each other right over the goaltender, 2-0 Italy. Germans went home. That was it. They packed it up, which sucks for them because literally, vai via, right? Get out of here. But what was terrible for them because they were playing in Germany, which is rough.
They just drove home.
Bro, walked home. Some of them might have walked home. I don't know what they did, but
they didn't start the bus for them after they lost.
Bro, that was rough. The whole stadium was German fans, and just that type of composure is, I think that's what makes a good player versus a great player. Like you could have a player with skill, technical skill, beautiful player, but crushes under those big moments. And a lot of these defenders and even strikers that I have on my list, you as well, what set them apart was when it was tough and when they had to do it, they did it. And he did. So, and also I'm a little biased because he's from Napoli, like where he's actually from in Italy. So obviously I have a connection to him in that. But yeah, what a guy. What a guy. And his name forever in my head, you just hear the commentators going, Cannavaro, right? Like it's just always there, brother. So definitely makes the list.
One of the cool things I've seen lately about the 06 World Cup team is that, like, they weren't flashy. They just had the long hair, the headband, the long sleeve warm-up tee, and then they go out on the pitch and like whoop you around,
Yeah.
And do it clean and tactical and strategically, like this, like, tattoos, like this clean cut, wet, slick back hair, like proper Italian football. Now I don't know what happened, but we can do another video on that another day where you take us through your anger towards the Italian national team.
They're too worried about the Instagram models. That's the problem. Like they're not, like, you just got to play the game. And you look at a lot of these guys. I think, it's funny, like it's a joke, but there's also truth to it. Like a lot of these guys were loyal. They were married men. They had their vision. And that was it. It was just soccer. It was just football, whatever you want to call it. Americans aren't the only people that call it soccer. The Australians and Canadians do too. So, yeah. But yeah, I think that you have a great point. Like now they got tattoos everywhere. They don't even make sense. I don't know what they got, like Chinese letters on their arm. I don't know what they're doing.
We're Italian.
But, yeah. Just play the game. Just play the game. But for sure.
My next pick, which you also have,
is
Maldini, Il Muro, one of the greatest one-man club players of all time. 25 years for AC Milan. Class act, unreal professionalism, 7 Serie A titles, 5 UCL titles, a Club World Cup, and a Coppa Italia. Insane. I see his and that's 25 years at one club. That's commitment.
That's a beautiful thing. And, the crazy thing is you look at the years that he played, right? Football has changed a lot in the years that he played. So he played 84 to 09, right? He went from there being no computers to laptops, basically. He went from you got these things. He went from smartphones to, from no smartphones to Blackberries. What do they have in 09, right? And right. And football changed with it, and he developed with the game. He didn't just stay in his box. He developed his game, and he adjusted to the changes in the game and on the pitch and the different players. And, now it seems like they're focusing more on attacking and scoring, and he was able to adjust to that. Just what a legend, just an AC Milan absolute legend. His son actually was playing for a little bit. He was such a legend, Paolo, that his son was good too. He wasn't bad. He was a good player. Just couldn't reach that pressure. Couldn't deal with it. And he was like, I'm good. I'm done. I can't handle this. I can't do this. And that just goes to show you what that guy meant to AC Milan. And till this day, if he's in the stands, it's just craziness. It's absolutely bananas.
Like you said about the son, you just can't live up to that level of a lot of professional athletes. Their sons just can't live up to that, which is, it's a little bit sad, but your dad's a 25-year legend for Italy, and you just can't match it.
No.
Was he not on the 06 World Cup team?
No, unfortunately, he was not on the 06 team, which is so sad. It's so sad for him.
Did he not make the team?
Oh, for sure. He was on the national team. I think it was 02, which was the World Cup before that. That's actually a very, it's like a spicy World Cup. So it was I think it was in Korea and Japan or something like that. I could be wrong. But if you watch the highlights of that 02 World Cup, it was like the refs were just wild, in a bad way. And there's all these conspiracy theories about it, how there was a little home cooking going on. I don't know if that's true. Who knows? But those are the conspiracy theories out there. But yeah, he was for sure on the national team. Yeah, and he was great, Unfortunately, domestic club doesn't always translate into national titles. Even look at Argentina. I know they have thankfully they eventually did win a World Cup, but Messi's been unstoppable for decades. What, 20 years now, 15 years?
A force,
right. And and even though he made your list. But they only came out with one, right? So he was one of the greatest soccer players that ever lived, that ever played. Truly, I will acknowledge that. One World Cup. So unfortunately, sometimes it just doesn't translate because soccer isn't a one-man team, right?
Yeah, it's a beautiful sport because it's not a one-man team. You need you need the whole team to be firing on all cylinders to succeed in this beautiful game that we both that you loved and now I love too.
And I love that you love.
It's only gonna get more, dude. The classic football shirts. By the way, guys, if you see the thing scrolling down below, 600 subs on YouTube. I'm going to give away a classic football mystery box.
Yo. Let's get excited. They really should sponsor us. The amount of money that you and I spend at this, I'm going
to reach out to a rep and we're going to get them. We're going to have to do a promo of us, just showing off all of our jerseys.
Yeah, you got it. This is going to be a long one if you want me to show off all of the stuff I've gotten from that.
I'm going to have to shadow this from Julie. I'm
She's ready to kill you.
Okay. On to my final defender, which we both have different. So now we can both give our reasoning. RC3, El Hombre Bala, the Bullet Man, the Free Kick King, a walking highlight reel, Roberto Carlos. 1 World Cup in 02, 4 La Ligas, 3 UCLs, and 2 Copas. Part of a golden era in Real Madrid and in Brazil. Just a pure explosive force on the pitch for both the national team and his club's teams that he played for, which is awesome to see. I've seen his highlights, and I don't know how he gets the ball to bend a certain way. Unreal. So he had to make my list. And not just for his highlight reel. He, like I said, the bullet man.
I mean, the way what these soccer players do with the ball on the pitch is just. I don't understand how they get it to do what they do. It's like defies physics. It's just like you think it's going all the way over here, and then it's top right, top left, whatever it is. I'm like, what are we doing? Like
a knuckleball in baseball, I understand.
Literally,
but
that's what it is.
Kicking it and getting it to knuckle and
Did you ever see the professional bowlers like that situation? The professional bowlers like bowling.
Yeah,
it's like that. Like it looks like it's going in the gutter, and it's just like, oh, strike.
We're going in the gutter, and then it rolls back in. Crazy.
It is crazy. Yeah, I agree with you. What a legend that guy is. Staying true to my all Italian starting 11, I have Baresi. Again, AC Milan legend. I feel bad for AC Milan, Inter, the big three, Juventus. See, for Napoli fans, like I'm used to being bad, right? Like we were bad my whole. I turned 30 this year. We were bad basically till I was like 23, 22. Like they're finishing, bottom of the table. They were in Serie B for a while. Whole thing. They start finally doing good. They would always lose to Juventus. They would always lose. So why I feel bad for these three teams, these fan base, they're not used to sucking. And it's like, that's a hard pill to swallow. But Baresi, again, at some point, AC Milan ended up getting put back down to the second division of Italian football because of one of Italy's famous scandals that they like to have every decade. They like to have those point fixing situations. And he stayed with the team, which, I mean, there's a couple players that did that. I know Di Piero stayed with Juventus, but like that just shows the type of guy someone is, right? That loyalty to a team, that loyalty to stay with them and build them back up. It's a beautiful thing. His pace and his strength, man, just what a strong person. Like he only gave up like 15 goals, right? Like that the whole season, they only conceded 15 goals in 93, which is like,
that's crazy.
15 goals rather in a whole season, which to me is
30 plus.
30, yes, a lot of games, and that's extremely impressive to hold back. And this is when Italian football was like top. They were winning Champions Leagues left and right. They were always there, always in the mix. Not that they're not now, but it was much different back then. Now, like I love Napoli very much, but when they're in the Champions League, I just want them to not get embarrassed, right? Like that's the goal. Like don't embarrass yourself.
Same with my team.
Right? Like just don't embarrass yourself. Maybe give me like a 1-0 once in a while, sprinkle in a 1-0 win, maybe a draw. If you lose, how about don't lose? Yeah, don't lose 6-0 like you did the other day to make me cry, ruin my whole day. But
like,
yeah, Baresi, what
every emotion is experienced.
Bro, at a certain point, you just got to give up. You're just like, well, they're not winning this game. I'm done now. Yeah, like just move on with your day. Do something else. So, but that pretty much rounds out the defense for us.
Solid defense for both of us. The way we finish it, I'd like to see how these two clubs, like Matt, we put them through a simulator. Who wins?
Oh wow!
I might chat GBT that if I have a second.
I'm pretty sure you're gonna win. I'm gonna be honest with you.
The thing is, like, you got a defense, dude. Like,
yeah, I mean, my defense is elite, but you got 3, 4. Woo, you got some of the best goal scorers that ever played the game on your team, right? Like some of my guys, again, nostalgia, just like when I fell in love with the sport. Whereas yours are just strictly like, we're winning 20-0, right? Like
we're just,
yeah,
we're running it.
I mean, you got Messi's gonna do the Messi thing where he just like skedaddles his way
got
through.
Got a Messi.
Yeah, literally, like claro sí, right? Like he's just gonna like zoom on in. And yeah, Ronaldo could score from like all the way out. So, I mean, his strength is like absolutely bonkers, but we'll get to him a little bit later.
Yeah. I'm going to start with my French guy in the midfield. Zizou, or Le Petit Prince, the Little Prince. 1 World Cup in 98, 1 Euro in 2000, 1 UCL, 3-time FIFA Player of the Year, performed at a high level in that World Cup and in the Euro and the UCL. Only downside of his career, which the whole situation, I've read into it. I don't know what went on. We'll never know what went on. Is the headbutt, which he got carded for, and I was pretty sure that was during the World Cup.
Yeah, the final against Italy, the final.
So
he and the thing is it went to a shootout in 06, and he definitely. I'm not gonna say he cost them the World Cup, but because you can't predict these things. To quote John Sterling, can't predict baseball, Susan. Even though we're not dealing with baseball right now, but
damn it, Susan.
Yeah, literally, it just popped into my head. But he's there. Maybe that final ends differently. Maybe they score an extra time. I don't know what happens, but apparently what I heard, and again, I wasn't there. These aren't confirmed, but Materazzi said some choice things about his relatives, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
And he reacted in the way which he did. Materazzi you shouldn't be saying those things about people's family, but also, unfortunately, sometimes that's part of the game, right? People are going to chirp at you and you got to just keep it together, keep it cool. So
composure, got to have a little bit of composure.
Exactly. So I'm not going to go to Pilo because we both have him. So we'll do him together.
Mm-hmm.
But so I will go with Gattuso. And right now, Gattuso, he's trying to work his magic with the national team. So we'll see how that pans out. They won 2 days ago? Was it yesterday? 2 days ago.
Yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't everything's a blur once
it really is
25 years old. Everything's just one day.
It really is. You just wake up and you're like, oh, whatever, same thing. It's like Groundhog Day. It really is, bro. But Gattuso is trying to work his magic. I mean, this guy, you talk about fearless. He would run through a brick wall for you. He would do anything for you. Selfless, loyal. Again, on the 06 team, just strong. Even if he didn't have the technical skill to beat you, he would just bully you out of the ball and just fire. Like, he had the desire to win, and I think that separates probably why they hired him, the Italian national team.
Mm-hmm.
You need that drive. You gotta want to win. You gotta want to just I'll die playing this game. That sounds dramatic, but these old players, they had that broken fingers, whatever, blood. Yeah, hit me in the face with the ball. I don't care. We're winning this game. And he embodies that, which is why I love him so much. They used to call him the Rhino, right? He was just a crazy person, but in the best way possible. So definitely makes my list.
Yeah, I like what he's doing with the team. He's adding a little bit of fire behind a team that is a little bit of lackluster. Right now. Again, they won yesterday, but they didn't score a goal till the 88th minute. So I'm you're making everyone sweat here. What are we doing? Again, we're not coming out of that pool unless we somehow score another 11 goals. This is not happening.
No, and but now they got to win the playoffs. So let's see if they win that. But historically, they seem to like to lose playoffs to make me have no summer plans. Essentially, is their goal.
Yeah, you and I are going to be rooting for USA and Argentina.
That's it. I mean. Yeah, if Italy doesn't make it, it's either USA or Argentina. I love Pulisic. I think he's great. Obviously, we're American. Both of us are of Italian descent, but we're American. So I would love if the United States did well.
Bro, they look decent, but then again, they're not even in I saw something, they're not even the top 50 power rankings across all nations, which is sad to see. I don't know what it's going to take to turn the U.S. into a powerhouse. It might. You never know. This World Cup might spark some little kid who's an athletic phenom to go play soccer.
But I think it also, they're on their way to being significantly better, the United States. So, the MLS is doing much better in terms of player development, because that was one of the big differences between the United States and Europe, all of Europe, is let's say I was whatever, a little kid, I'm talking 5, 6, 7 years old in Naples, and you were good at football, you were good at soccer. you would go to the youth academy for Napoli. You would go to the youth academy for Juventus, and that would like you'd go to school there. Your whole life would be just literally soccer. That was your life.
School soccer.
That was it. That was your life. You were married to it. So they would develop these players, and then they would play against the older players, and it would hone their skills. The United States, apparently, when David Beckham had come here years and years and years ago to play on Galaxy, remember when he at the end of his career, he was like, well, where are your youth academies? And they were like, we don't have any. And he was like, well, that's why you're not good. Like, you need that. Like, you need that. So they're obviously making strides. And what's awesome now in the MLS is, yeah, I mean, they're a little bit older, but you don't have people coming in at like 38 anymore. Like Lorenzo Insigne, who I love, he was obviously on Napoli. Unfortunately, didn't win the Scudetto with them, but he came to Toronto. That's a whole nother story. That ended poorly for him. But he came to Toronto. He was relatively young. I think he was like a couple years older than me. He was like 33, maybe. So, I mean, definitely still could have played in Europe and came over to the MLS. So I think that's shifting a lot, and I'm happy about that for sure.
Mm. I've been saying this too. I think we could do a show on how we think the World Cup's going to affect the United States. But just like another real quick statement, you have like you don't have any relegation or anything. Long Island's getting a club, so that'll be a lot of fun. But you have a playoff format. Doesn't really work. Like it's like a best of 3 series. But I do believe that the World Cup will ignite a little bit of spark behind people because, everyone used to watch it. It's overseas. Now you can go to the game and watch and like love soccer. So hopefully that brings more people to like, I want to go to more games. I want to go, support a team, more viewership for the MLS. I don't want MLS to fail. I would like them to get more good players because like Son from my Spurs went over there and he's 33.
Guy, bro.
He never should have left, but he's over there now, and he makes me sad because I got to watch. If I want to watch, I have to go get the MLS pass. And how many passwords? I have a book. I
can't do this.
And if I lose the book, I don't have any bank account.
If there's any executives, which I don't know why they would be watching, but if they are, you got to stop this. You got to stop this. Give us one packet. Just like forget it. Like stop. Like just give us one. Just like this is the soccer channel, and that's it. Because even you and I, we were trying to watch Italy, and you were like, "Where can we watch it?" I was like, "I don't know, Fubu. What is that?"
I'm not paying $60 a month to watch
one game.
One game, and then he's like, "I can watch hockey. But like, I don't. I want this. Just let me pay for this."
Well, when I was little, we had Rai, which was like the Italian channel. And everything was on it. It was great. Now I gotta hope it's on the Spanish channel, and I just mute it, and I have a good time. I don't know what they're saying, because no hablo español, so there's that. But yeah, I'm excited, and I agree with you. I think that the World Cup being in the States is going to make a big difference on the local level. So I'm excited for it.
Awesome. Let's move on to our next one. We'll touch on that in another episode when we have another international break or we have time during the week, which we're going to make time because it seems to be going well so far. Diego Maradona. I have don't kill me for my pronunciation. El Pib de Oro, the Golden Boy, or Palua Fluffy. 2 Serie A titles for Napoli. Your team. That's your guy. Or they call him Dios, but they spell it D10 for God, because that's how they revere him in Argentina and for Napoli. 1 World Cup in 86, 1 UEFA Cup. Master ball controller. They literally have a move named after him, the Maradona, this little spinorama move, and just a highlight reel player. But there is the controversial hand of God play. I have not seen a good angle of it to see where the punch happened. But if you care to explain that after you go into your guy or now, whatever you want to do.
So obviously big Napoli guy. So Maradona is Maradona è vita, right? Like he's life. And, I think that The tifosi down in Napoli may take it a little too serious. I mean, they make murals of this guy with like candles. I mean, it's a little much, but I love that culture and that enthusiasm around him. I mean, you got to remember back then when Napoli bought him, they were like soccer in Italy is bigger than just soccer, right? Like you have these cultural differences between the north of Italy and the south of Italy. And even if you look at a map, the vast majority of teams, they're all in northern Italy. So to have a southern team win was like that. It was mind-blowing. Then they go on and they win. It wasn't called the Champions League at that point, but it's the same thing.
It's the UEFA Cup, right?
Correct. They go on and win the Champions League, UEFA Cup. And it meant so much to Naples and to the city that he was able to bring them glory, to bring them, that success. And he was just similar to Messi, not just being from Argentina, but the talent, just the pure talent. Because if you train, you could be okay at something, right? Yeah. Like, you and I have regular jobs. I could train someone to do what I do, right? You could train someone to do what you do. But there are some people that's just like, oh, wow, this is what you're supposed to be doing. Like, you're just good at this.
You're just gifted,
I don't know how you could be gifted as an accountant. I'm not entirely sure. But
well, some people say like gifted program, and then that's not always the good thing. So it's just, we both work normal jobs, but he's gifted. Like like they touched by God, the golden boy.
I mean, there's this video of him. First of all, ball control doesn't begin to explain it. There's this video of him. Now, it's a little grainy because it's like from the 80s. But he's sitting there, and the game that, like how Americans would play catch, like with a baseball or football, Europeans and South America is very common to just like kick the ball around, right? So he's practicing his dribbling skills. You can't see my feet, so I don't know why I'm positioning as if you could. But he's kicking the ball. I don't know what I'm doing. He's kicking the ball all the way up in the air. I'm talking 50, 60 feet. Comes right back down. Boom, right on his foot.
And he balanced. Like, it's just unreal.
Bro, if I did that, the ball would be in New Jersey.
I would have kicked it. Not up. But
it would be gone. We would need a new ball if I tried to do that, okay? So, I mean, enough good things cannot be said about this guy. At one point, I'm pretty sure he coached Argentina. I don't think that went well for him.
He flipped off the fan.
Yeah.
Yada yada. So
God rest his soul. He is no longer with us. But maybe pilgrimage to his grave in Argentina. But
and we go see a Boca Junior match in the meantime.
Bro, they take it to another level. Those games are borderline scary. Okay, like
the Bombonero.
Like the worst, like even if you go to like, I don't know, Red Bull, NYCFC, like what's going to happen to you? Someone's going to be like, oh, I don't like your shirt. Like, okay. Like,
thanks, I guess.
Yeah, right. Like you will get stabbed. like they take it real serious. But yeah, what a guy. So who do I have? So I did Gattuso. I'll go to Baggio because then we'll both do Pirlo. So Baggio. Speaking of the United States hosting the World Cup, the last time they did, our guy Baggio here decided to sail a penalty kick right over the bar, lost them the World Cup. Whatever. I won't hold that against him. My dad might, because I think that was 94, so I was not born yet. I'm not that old. But Big Vin was, and Big Vin's still mad about it. So,
the man that stood still, or the man that
died? And he just stood there like this, So it was would have won them the World Cup. So would have been wild because obviously the United States, especially the tri-state area, has a lot of Italian Americans. So, and the United States is like not particularly good at soccer. I mean, again, we'll get into that at another time where I think we're making strides, but back then it was like nothing. It wasn't a sport here. It just wasn't. So you had a lot of people out there supporting, the Azzurri, right? Trying to bring home that victory. But anyway, missed penalty aside, just a magician. Like he really was. And just watching him play, with his little ponytail flapping around there, which is another story. I don't know why he had that, but like he was just a great player and, a legend in his own right. Right. And just the way he played the game was beautiful to watch. And he did it the right way. You know, a lot of these guys that are on our list for a reason, they're very respectful and, you know, just gentlemen of the beautiful game. So that's why I included him on my list for sure.
Like you say, beautiful game. It really is, and we're gonna see. You know, as we expand this podcast, I feel like it's gonna. We've both said it. We feel like it's gonna blow up. It's gonna take.
No, that's it.
You just got like you're gonna see the passion in the World Cup between Vin and I. You're also gonna see passion, la pasión, next Saturday when we watch Premier League. It's not my team. My team isn't. It's playing on Sunday. We're missing the game.
That's all right. We have more important times on Sunday, as
more
you
important, more important times. But as we were gonna say, like it's just the passion that you're gonna see between us and the fans in the U.S. and the fans that are gonna come over to watch the World Cup from all over. It's really gonna ignite a fire in soccer.
Absolutely,
and it's gonna show how truly beautiful this game is, and I'm so excited to watch.
Did you ever see those one funny story, and we'll get back to the list. There's these memes online, right, of like these Europeans, and Europe is this beautiful old country like Austria, Italy, Spain, France, beautiful thousands of years old buildings, and it's like Europeans taking a plane to like Newark, New Jersey, and being like, what is this, right?
What is this stadium?
Yeah, like where can I get coffee? It's like, oh, go to Dunkin' Donuts. Like, what is that? Like, that's not coffee.
Also, when you come to my hometown on Long Island, you got to come and we're going to go check out the Club di Napoli in Glen Cove and see if it's actually a front. I don't think it's a front. They probably just hang out and watch soccer. But I'm telling you, bro, this place has been in existence since like before I was born. And I remember going to get my hair cut, and there were just a bunch of Italian guys on the Saturday in there chilling.
Coffee, cigar,
espresso, cigar.
I think I do know where it is, so I will. We must go. Yeah. But what was it? Was it you? I think it's back to you. Oh, we're both Pirlo, so you could take it away with him.
El Maestro, the professor, the pace controller. I've heard it said the regista role. I don't know if that's a term used. 06 World Cup, 2-time UCL champ, 6-time Serie A champion, free kick specialist. And he even came over to one of the first years of NYCFC in the MLS. He was one of the first like groundbreaking guys. Like, oh, Pirlo's coming to the MLS, which is really cool. I enjoyed watching him. I like when the NYCFC first started, I enjoyed watching him play for them. So I then went back to go watch his Juventus highlights, and I was like, bro, this guy's on a different level. And then, like, so he was one of my guys when I like. There's a major.
He brought you in. He got you in.
He got me in, but then there was a major gap. But now I'm falling back in love with it because soccer is just. You see the fan base, and you see the passion behind it, and no other sport has that. I watch baseball. Yankee fans are intense. I watch hockey. Islander fans are intense, but nothing like this. Guys are shooting fireworks off in the stands, bro. I love it.
They're shooting fireworks off. They got banners the size of whatever. I mean, it's just on another level. And Pirlo, I mean, similar to Cannavaro when I was talking about that game against Berlin, he may not have scored the goal that won them for Germany, but he set it up with Fabio Grosso, who ended up scoring this beautiful. Speaking of curling, this beautiful goal against Germany in Berlin in 06, and it was just all set up by Pirlo. And the thing that I find very interesting about him is he is independently, like outside of soccer, wealthy. So that just shows you what type of guy. Like he was just playing for the love of the game. Like he could have just hung out, worked at his family's factory. I think they did like steel or something like that. Whatever it was, they were very independently wealthy. He just loved soccer. And you could tell by the way he was playing where it was just, he would read the field perfectly. His soccer intelligence was unmatched. I mean, he was playing chess and it was beautiful to watch. And even like you said, when he came over to the United States, it was a masterclass, right? Like it was a professor among students and it was beautiful to watch, truly.
Calm, cool, and collected. He never seemed stressed out.
Bro, he used to, in penalty kicks, I don't know if you've ever seen this. He would take PKs. He would just chip it in. Like, you know, a lot of players are like, oh, I'm going to go left, high right, high left, whatever, try to, like, smoke it past the goaltender. He would just, boop, little, like, cheeky little kick in straight down the middle. Just like, and scored. It was wild to watch.
Do you know there's a name for that I found out?
Ooh, do tell.
Paninka.
Okay.
I don't know where that derives from. I don't know if it's.
Are we going to get in trouble for that one?
Yeah. I don't know what it means, man. Please.
Don't get upset at us. We don't know what it means.
I'm just repeating what I saw on the internet. Are we on to our forwards now?
Yes, sir.
The forwards. Okay. We don't have a single same one in the forward, so this will be a nice little back and forth here. I'm going to be honest, one of your players, I'm jealous that you have him. So
it's Del Piero, has to be.
Yes, of course. And the snow, that snow pick, I was like, ooh. Okay. I'm going to start out with my guy, the jersey that I finally acquired. Lionel Messi, La Pulgia, the flea, or the atomic flea. He was also referred to as Dios, as a comparison to Maradona. Top scorer for Barcelona, in one of the top scorers in La Liga, top scorer for Argentina. He has 124 UCL goals. That's second behind Cristiano Ronaldo. 22 World Cup in Qatar, 8-time Ballon d'Or winner, 4-time UCL, 10-time La Liga, 2-time League One, and Copa de America in 2021. Visionary, creative. The commentary behind every single one of his goals is top tier. Leo, the GOAT. So,
can't beat him. I mean, you really can't beat him. Just watching him play. I mean, what is he, like 5'6"? I mean, I'm not tall. I mean, I think you and I.
Italian. What do you expect?
We're not. Like, you and I are the same height, so no shame on that, right? Like, I'm not tall, but to play a professional sport, I mean, in soccer generally, especially, you know, some of the attackers, they are on the shorter side, but he's just a small dude. But like the way he plays is, you'd think he's 6'5", right? Like he's just you know what he reminds me of? Did you ever drive a Fiat 500?
No, but I've seen them on the road.
Bro, okay, so my favorite car, I had a Fiat 500 Turbo. Thing, the top speed was only like 120. But getting there was the funnest experience you could ever have because you could just weave in and out, boom, you were there. That's like Messi to me. Like he just zooms in and out of players. They don't even know what's happening. They have no idea. He's cutting through traffic like I've never seen before. And like I said, just pure talent, where I've heard stories where, you know, before a Champions League game, before a World Cup game, my man's just sitting there hanging out, just like on the, you know, FaceTimes his wife, whatever. I don't know what he does, but like not stressing at all, just gets up, laces up. He's like, all right, let's do this. Like, it's just a game. Like it's almost like he's just playing at the park with his friends. There just happens to be 20 million people watching.
And now he literally is just playing at the park with his friends in Inter Miami with Busquets, Alba, and Suarez just hanging out.
I think they do that on purpose because even with Insigne, they brought what was his name? The Italian guy with the bleach blonde hair and all the tattoos. Bernadeschi, I think.
Yes.
They brought him to Toronto. I think that the MLS will do that. So like if they get, what they call them in the MLS, they have like what, designated players or whatever.
Yeah.
They'll get one of these guys from Europe and then they're like, how do we make him feel comfortable? Okay, we'll get like 4 people from his country, so they feel comfortable. I think that's a good thing, right? And it also like increases the level of the team. Like Inter Miami is sick. Like their jerseys are nice. Like the whole thing is super professional. Gone are the days of the MLS teams walking up with like a high school jersey on, like ready to play. Right? Like, I mean, you watch like even I wore it the other day. I showed it to you, the Cosmos jersey, sick, love it. But like
they get changed on the field, bro.
Yeah, like no dressing. Like they're playing at Andrew and I's alma mater, like on the field, just like hanging out, right? Like, what are you doing? Like, this is a college. Like, there's 20-year-olds next to you. Like, they got social studies homework. All right, like, what are you doing?
I gotta write a paper. I can't watch this game, bro.
Actually, so yeah, what a guy. For me, I got Paolo Rossi. So we got the 82 World Cup. So that was the third World Cup that Italy won. So Italy won, I'm going to test myself here. I think it was 1934, 1938, 82, 06. It was definitely the 30s, but I could be getting what the actual year is wrong. But it was the 30s, which was there's controversy because if you remember anything that was happening in Europe in the early 30s, there might have been a little home cooking there. But whatever, we got 4. Can't take it away. So, again, not really like a physically strong attacker, right? But his technique was perfect. He was very quick, agile. Similar to Messi in the way that he would just go in and out of defenders, and he was just very smart. So that's actually a common theme in Italian soccer, is they're not necessarily stronger. You could make the argument they're not even better, like, overall, but their execution and intelligence on the pitch was unmatched. So they would just be able to read the field and be like, all right, this dude's going to do this dude's going to do that, I'm going to do this. And they're right. And when you're right, it leads to score, to goals. And that's perfect. And he had perfect finishing.
Surgical.
Exactly. So that's why
I love watching the technique rather than I love explosive play, but the technique, when you see it like a perfectly, tiki-taka or a player just move around, it's unmatched. So I like the pick. I like when I saw that, I was like, yep. There we go, Vid.
And also those retro Italy jerseys, just shout out to Classic Football Shirts. They have some of them. But the classic, not just Italy, like the 80s, 90s, I would say up until like 2006, 7, 8, those football jerseys, those soccer jerseys were so nice. Like they had collars, like they were just sick. And then now they started with like very like cutesy, like shishi jerseys. I'm like, I don't want to wear that. Like Andrew and I were looking at one the other day. It had a dolphin on it. No shame to that team, but like I ain't wearing that. Yeah, like I'm not wearing that, bro. Like there's under no circumstances.
Like we might just have to, like you said, we might just have to get it for the meme. But like,
yeah,
do I need to spend that money? No.
No, but I mean, you're married, so like you could wear a lot of things and like you're fine. Like I still got to impress them. I can't be wearing that stuff. They're gonna be like, "Hey, yo!" Like I can't.
Pause.
Yeah. Pause. This is going too fast. Don't talk to me. That was an inside joke. Anyway.
Yeah.
Moving on. It's okay. They're not watching.
Yeah.
So who do you got right up the middle?
I have the legend whose name I thought it was, again, you guys can call me casual in the comment. Then you might think I'm a casual. But I don't know if you know. That's not his name. That's not his name.
What is it?
Pele's name is not Pele.
Oh, do tell.
It's Edson Arantes do Nascimento. When I looked him up, I looked up nicknames, and I found Pele was just given to him.
Wow.
So you guys can correct me if I'm wrong down below in the comments when this eventually gets posted. We are live again right now, so if you want to kill me down below, go ahead. He scored over 1,000 goals, 3-time World Cup, 58, 62, 70, 6 titles with Santos in the Brazilian League, 2 Copa Libertadores, icon, flair, and another nickname of him was Ode, the King.
I mean,
so I had to put him up there. He's probably scored more than 1,000 goals. They said that he scored close to 2,000, but they don't because they didn't keep records. So
yeah,
and now he played for a Long Island team. So cool.
He did. I think that one thing that's often brought up with him is like, the Brazilian leagues when he were playing. I mean, yeah, he's an amazing player. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm not taking anything away from him, but I've heard comments like, oh well, the Brazilian leagues that are playing like in a field somewhere, like who knows, like it would be like if there was an MLS player like in the 90s that had like 300 goals, but all right, you're playing against high school kids. Yeah. Like, okay,
you're playing against plumbers, like it's okay.
Yeah, exactly. But that aside, he's an amazing player, and it doesn't really hold up that argument because when he would go up against in the World Cup, you're playing against the best in the world, and they won, and he scored. So that argument kind of falls apart when you get into it. But I agree with you. He's one of the all-time greatest players ever. For me, next, I have Inzaghi, who he always scored on the grand stage, man. I mean, 2 Champions League, '06 World Cup. You under pressure, this is the guy that you want. This is the guy that you want to get to the ball. Again, we keep saying it, but just cool, calm, collected, like all of the rest of these players. Just perfect finishing. I mean, there's this one video. I love it. I think he was on Milan at the time. Break happened in the play, ball gets to him. Goalkeeper comes out. So now he's going head to head with this guy. He just like skirts around him, just little boop, right in the goal. Just doesn't even, I mean, I would have like fell.
I would panic.
Yeah, a lot of players would have panicked. This guy's just like, nah, I'm good. Boop, scoots around him, goal. And just watching him finish was just on another level. And that's some guy you want on your team, right? Like, even Mourinho said he had him on his top team. Like, that's the type of guy that you want to finish for you. So definitely makes my top 11 for sure.
Love that. I like how you have a lot of AC Milan guys on your team. But we're just gonna look at the Italian portion.
You know what it is, and I had mentioned this in the beginning of the show, but back in the 80s, 90s, I would say up until like 2010, maybe 15. 10. All of the Italian players, like you look, that was like the thing. Like if Juventus is good, that means the Italian national team is good. Because the 3 big in Italy, Inter Milan, AC Milan, and Juventus, back in the day, their whole team was like actually Italian. Yeah. Napoli, we never really were on that boat. All right. We're like, you're good. I don't care where you're from. Just play for us. They do have an affinity for getting people from Argentina, though, I will say. You had Maradona, you had Higuaín, Lavezzi, right? Though Higuaín is just no bueno because he went over to Juventus. So, like, no, thank you.
And then he scored a major goal versus Napoli.
Bro, I don't want to remember that, but thanks for that.
Sorry, I saw it on Netflix, bro. It was crazy.
Yeah, no, the hatred for that guy in Naples is real. It's real.
Does he still play?
What's up?
Does he still play, Higuaín?
I think he went to America and then puttered out. What's the term?
Petered out. Higuaín. I'm looking him up right now. Former Argentinian soccer player.
There you go.
He is currently not playing.
What's his first name? Gonzalo, right?
Gonzalo Higuaín. I like that name. Higuaín.
Gonzalo?
Higuaín. I think that's a fun last name. Again, you may not like him, but I'm indifferent, you know.
You're just a fan at this point.
I'm just vibing.
I see he gave up on the hair. He shaved it.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I knew he went to America again with Inter Miami because Inter Miami is just getting all the people from Argentina to make Messi happy. So, he was on one of your favorite teams, Chelsea. Look at that. Leave it at that, right?
No thanks, Chelsea.
Absolutely not.
But the one of the funny things is like when you look at both of our rosters, we have one more to go each. Like you see like the class of each player, you know, besides, you know, I don't know what went on in Pele's life. I don't know what went on in I don't want to touch on the things that went on in Maradona's life. And I don't want to go look too far into the headbutt situation. But then again, if we're going to touch real quick back on the headbutt situation, if anyone talked about my family like that in a very heated game, I might react the same way.
They're getting headbutted. They're like, you know, you say something sideways about my mother, it ain't gonna, like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. But when you're on that stage, you gotta chill, unfortunately.
And like we have like a lot of the Italians, you know, respectable, classy. I'm gonna look right. I don't know anything about some of the guys on my team, so I'm not gonna say it, but Cristiano Ronaldo, who I'm gonna touch on in a second, and Messi are focused. They're driven. It was Ballon d'Or winner back and forth year after year. And they're just like, maybe you win it this year. Like, they don't care.
They're like trading it. They're like, you can have it.
You take. I don't want. I have no room, you know? But I love the class in this, in soccer. And you don't see a lot of bad people, bad players. You see a lot of, like, class acts, family guys, and just people who are driven for the love of the game. or like you said, Pirlo, who's already rich outside of soccer. He's playing because he loves it, and he doesn't have to do it. He doesn't have to try hard. He didn't have to be a all-time great and make our lists. He didn't have to be on it, but he just is.
Yeah, that's the amazing thing. Like a lot of these players, they're just classy guys. Even like, I know there's a lot of, especially in America, they like to hound on soccer fans that there's a lot of flopping. Mm-hmm. But when there's a proper injury, it's like game stops. Everybody comes over helping the guy out, like helping him up. They're always like after the game, hug, trade shirts, the whole thing. So it's a beautiful thing to see because they're just playing for the love of the game. They really are, and it's that, I think it's why I like it so much. I think why you like it. It's that brotherly bond that these players have.
Yep.
And it's a beautiful thing to watch, right? Whereas in American sports, you're not going to see that. You're not going to see after the game. And it's not that weird thing where it's like, oh, good game and it's fake. It's real. It's genuine. They genuinely respect each other. They genuinely like each other. And, what's that saying? You're your opponent, not my enemy, right? Yeah. I want to beat you. Of course they want to win. But after the game, especially if it's a big game, there's so many stories of, the winning team going over and consoling somebody else, giving them a hug, giving them a pat on the back or whatever. And it's a beautiful thing to see, especially because soccer is a very high stamina sport, right? And unfortunately, in my memory, at least one guy had a heart attack on the field.
Yeah.
And the whole community comes together, and it's just beautiful to see. I mean, not the heart attack part. That's
no. Yeah.
Yeah. 100%. The other side. But 100%. But you want to finish it out with your guy here?
I'm going to finish it out with my guy here. People decide that he might be the GOAT. Messi is the GOAT. I don't know. We can have that debate for an hour if you'd like. But 5 UCLs, 3 Premier League titles, 2 La Ligas, 2 Serie A, Euros in 2016, National League, few titles with the National League in Portugal. I don't know what that was, but I just found it. 5 Ballon d'Ors, free kick maestro, absolute power from day one that he started in the league to now when he's playing in Al Hilal, not Al Halal. I said it right this time. And most UCL goals of all time. CR7, Cristiano Ronaldo. This guy, his highlight tape from, going to the in the UCL with the 129 goals to the Premier League to La Liga, just it's like watching art being painted in a beautifully choreographed dance. I don't know. He's a lot of fun to watch.
He is a lot of fun to watch.
Like explosive soccer.
And he is Ibrahimovic, right? So he didn't make either one of our lists.
Yeah, that's right.
Amazing player. I think Ronaldo's better. I mean, Zlatan would disagree, obviously. But the humbleness of a lot of the players that you and I chose, not all of them, some of them definitely had a cockiness about them, which was part of their game and I think was important for them. But the humbleness of Ronaldo and Messi, and even Del Piero or Pirlo or Buffon, it's just to be admired, right? Because they know they're good. They don't have to make some guy else feel bad for them to feel good because they know that they're one of the greatest that ever played. They know what they're about. And with Ronaldo, the pure strength, just the ball off his foot is just, I mean, I would probably just get out of the way. I'd be like, here you go. I'm good here.
You could have it. Goalie, you got it. This is your job.
You want to know what it is, though? But the crazy thing I say that a lot of the defenders that I picked, they would stand right in front of that 100-mile-an-hour ball and be like, just eat it. Be like, you're not scoring. Just eat it.
I just think defenders nowadays just step out of the way. I'm like,
yeah, you see that a lot. They're scared. But I think that's the difference is because the money in soccer these days, even in America, which doesn't pay their players as much as the European leagues, but the money is so. And listen, I'm not saying that these players shouldn't get paid. They should. That's the conversation for a different day. They definitely should get paid as much as they want to get paid. Like anybody else, you have a job, you should get paid for it. But you make $100 million a year, $50 million a year. that drive is not really there the same. And you don't want to get hurt because then you're going to mess up your money. And you don't want to mess up your money. And I understand, though, because some of these players, that's their ticket out of poverty. That's their ticket out, not just them, their whole family. So, like,
generational wealth for decades, you know?
Yo, I get it. Like, I get it. I understand. But it's not the same game where before they would just be, like, laying out. Just, like diving in front of bulls. They didn't care.
They're getting paid a few $100,000 max, and they're throwing their bodies on the line for their country.
You can say the same thing for. I mean, even you and I had a private conversation about Chiesa, like not accepting the call up to Italy, and it's like, what's that about? Like,
he can't give his 100%. What do you mean you can't give 100%?
I mean, mind you, I mean, you watch the Premier League more than I do, but he's not even starting at Liverpool.
He barely gets minutes, you know?
So like, obviously, maybe you're not in favor at Liverpool. Maybe, you know, they want to go a different direction and you're not part of that direction, which happens. It happens in regular jobs too. Like, oh, they hired a new whatever. Like, I better get a new job, right? Like, that happens. So you see that, though.
Yeah.
Like, you see that in front of you. You're not getting playing time. You're on the bench. You're wasting away. And you got Gattuso calling you up. And these were very important games for Italy. Now, the next game against Norway doesn't really matter because, again, they got to win like 15. They're not winning 15-0. No. All right. Like, it's not happening.
And Norway's not going to score.
Correct. So, you know, these were very important games. And he was just like, nah, I'm good. Now, we'll see if he accepts the call up for the playoff game. Now, if he snubs that one too, I don't know if he could come back to Italy and like,
I don't think we will want him to come play for the national team. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Just because, like, I'd be like, if you weren't with us when we were, you know, calling you the first time, and you're not playing, here's a chance that you go prove it on your international stage how good you are, and he'll get a nice transfer. You know. Yeah, they have 3 guys in front of him in the Premier League. He's not going to play at Liverpool. It's not even funny, but.
I don't know. He thinks that he will, or maybe he likes the Premier League or the style of, because you and I have talked about this. The style of playing Premier League versus the Italian league is totally different.
Yeah,
like the Premier League's like just back and forth, boom, all 90 minutes of just sprinting. The Italians are like, whoa, you know, chill out with that. We need to relax. They play the game different.
Tiki-taka, you know.
No. And that's why it's so interesting to see the national teams play each other, because it's 2 totally different styles of play. And which was fine for Italy when they had the defense that I have up here. But now they got, like, no shade to the Italian defenders. They're still very good, but they're not these guys. So when you don't have that top tier of defense, it's difficult to win games. Like, when you have like an okay defense, it's difficult to win games. And now you got, you know, Chiellini and Bonucci. I think they both retired. I'm very positive they're not on the national team anymore. Yeah. I could be wrong. You could, as Andrew said, you could roast me in the comments. But like, without them, you know, their defense is not what it used to be, and they don't have the attackers. So, you know, you put those 2 things together and you lose. Or you barely beat Moldova. No shade to Moldova, but what are they, like 60th in the world? Like, legit.
I didn't even know that they played soccer in Moldova. Just saying. And I try to be another casual, but it's true. They're not.
They're not
a shade to Moldova, but we should have probably scored more. But that's our own fault.
Moldova. Now I'm actually interested. What do you think their ranking is
in the world?
Yeah,
89th.
You're going 89th? I think I said 60th. They are 156th.
Yeesh, capiche, man.
So, and that was recently. That was October. So this was the FIFA ranking October 17th of this year. Mm-hmm. So that was 156. You're telling me it took you, when did Italy score? The 89th minute, 88th minute? It took you over 80 minutes to score a goal against the team ranked 156th in the world. That's just not good. Mind you, wasn't this country founded like not that long ago, like in the grand scheme of things?
In the grand scheme of the world and countries founded? Yeah, 100%. They haven't been on the world stage in a very long, for a very long time.
Wasn't it like the 90s? Like they're as old as me?
Yeah. The funny thing is once every team is set for the World Cup, which I think is going to happen soon after these playoffs, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Yes, absolutely.
So these playoffs happens and then the groups are set, correct? And the schedule is set.
Yep.
So we could do a video breaking down every group and who we think World Cup predictions. I would love to do that. We'll talk more after we end the live stream, but
that's gonna be a rough one, but it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be real fun.
So would you like to round off our beautiful team,
bro? So my last for my 11 is gonna be Alessandro Del Piero. What a guy, Juve legend. Again, as a Napoli fan, I can't stand Juventus. But Andrew's allowed to like them. He's got family ties and obligations, and I respect that. I do not. So I do not. But what a guy. Again, similar to other guys I've mentioned on this list, but the loyalty is just on another level. Again, right before the World Cup in 2006, Italy had another point fix scandal. And they relegated Juventus to the second division. And even with that, he stayed, right? And that's like, you're not getting any glory. You're not getting any fame from that. I mean, the second division teams are like, for a lot of them, they're like small towns in like the hill country of Italy, right? Like they're all these small, I mean, you and I were looking at, teams like you never heard of them before. Some of them you've heard of, like Palermo, Pisa, all these teams that, because sometimes they go up to top flight or whatever. But you're talking about 500 goals for Juventus. 500. That's very impressive. And it's very impressive because of the defenses that he was playing against. Like, he's playing against the AC Milan defenses of the 2000s, the Inter defenses. Like to score 500 goals against and he was playing against some of the players on my defense of my starting 11. He was playing against Maldini, against Nesta, against Pirlo, against all these players. Sometimes with them, sometimes against them.
Yeah.
But never with Maldini though. They were arch rivals. But
25 years of AC Milan history for Maldini.
That's just wild. But yeah, I mean, you can't beat it. And the way he would finish off goals was just beautiful. And again, like I said in the beginning, I'm a bit of a romantic. So whenever I see, a player that stayed like that, it just warms my heart and it just makes me like them, which is, I didn't know if you picked any subs, but an honorable mention for myself was Francesco Totti, right? Like, I'm a big Totti guy. And reason being, he was just a Roma legend. Like, he was literally a gladiator. Like, the guy was just a beast. When he retired, there were people actually crying, like hysterically crying. And to see that was just touching. And, he scored again in the 2006 World Cup. There's a penalty committed against Australia. Like the 90th minute or something. It was like one of the last plays of the game. And he secured that goal for Italy, which led them to then win the World Cup at some point. But had he not stepped up, it would have been a different story. So, and also Roma, it's the capital of Italy. It's definitely, obviously Napoli's always number one, but there's a soft spot for Roma. Fiorentina for me too. There's a soft spot. But Napoli's always number one. But yeah, Del Piero, what a guy,
What a guy. I had to choose the snowy photo of him because it was just the whole image behind is cold, dude. It's literally snow falling down. He's just chilling.
Bro, I thought that was always so interesting. Like it does get cold in Italy, especially in northern Italy. And like the Italian
You don't think about it,
No, you don't, because you think of Italy, you think of like the Amalfi Coast and like having a limoncello and chilling out. Bro, it's cold. Like Juventus plays in Torino, like Turin, which is in like you're almost in Switzerland, like it's very north, and
it's cold.
They have games in like December, January, February, like no big deal, and they don't wear. They have shorts on. Like, let's remind each other, they're wearing shorts.
They don't, and most of them don't wear like the under, like the tights under over, and then the socks, and then they just go short. They go shorts. It's crazy.
And you have your fair share of soccer kits to your wife's disapproval, but they're not warm like at all. Like, it's a very thin. I mean, you have one on now. That one might be a little warmer because it's a retro one.
Yeah, it's got a nice little thickness to it.
Yeah, and this is like a warm up shirt. This isn't a jersey, but like the proper. Hold on, the proper jerseys like this situation. This is. I mean, I can see you. Like
It's not warm.
I mean, it's not warm, bro. This is one of those Serie lower division teams. Where is it? Casertina, which is near my hometown. We got to get you one from near your hometown, brother.
Catania FC or was it Peruska with the
Oh, that was yeah.
I can wear it. I can
No, that just don't get the third jersey. That's sus.
Bro, they don't have any other. But overall, I'd say these two teams would face off pretty strongly.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You take everyone in their prime, and it's going to be either everyone's going to be fighting each other in the midfield and someone's going to has to get a breakout, or it's going to be a high-scoring game. I just would feel like a high-scoring game.
You know what it is? If you look at our teams, though, for the most part, with the exception of Maradona and Pele, who now we know that's a nickname, fun fact, all of these guys almost played on the same – it's the same era. Oh, Baggio's a little earlier than the rest of them, but like and Baresi, but the rest of my team, these guys all played against each other and with each other.
Mm-hmm.
So, and even your team, like, the exception of one or two guys, these guys all were in the same era, which is wild. I mean, we could have did errors like your favorite from this era or that era too, but that's like 5 episodes right there.
The thing is, we're gonna have so many. We have during the week, if we have time, we could shoot around, shoot around for an hour or so about best players in this time period, or we could I'm looking forward to the World Cup. I'm looking forward to like me being off from school, so we can finally like every night just do podcasts and just throw it out there, because I'm thinking we can do the raps about the best teams in the World Cup ranks. We can get into that after this, but overall, amazing first stream. Had a great time chopping it up with you, Vin. This has been what we've been talking about all week and then some.
Bro, this was the best. I hope that everybody watching enjoyed it too. And there's more to come. A lot more to come. We got a lot of great ideas. So I'm pretty pumped for this. Hopefully the next one, like we said, is going to be in person, which we're pretty pumped about.
Live reaction, baby.
A lot of live reactions. The neighbors are going to be confused why we're so excited at 8:30 in the morning, but like, whatever.
It don't matter. We're going to be lit. It's gonna
I'm going to be jacked full of cappuccinos and espressos. We'll get you one, get you really going. And yeah, I mean, because you had mentioned you're not a big coffee guy, so you get one of those in you, it's going to hit you.
Buzzing, all bouncing off the wall.
Me, I need it to be like this. Like I should
have a pulse.
First thing in the morning, like stop this.
As we've been scrolling along the bottom, again, welcome to the Derby Boy Show. Make sure you subscribe below. Follow on Instagram, 528wax. That's where we're streaming everything through. Who knows how well this is going to take off. We might just have to just go full Derby Boys, which I hope it does. We are giving away a classic football mystery box at 600 subs. So if you made it this far in the video, subscribe, leave a like, and Vin and I will see you in the next one, guys.
That's it.
Ciao.